Man, they didn't even use the stage. Oh man, I need a nap. What's up, guys? It's Nate. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a busy past couple of weeks. Barely had any time to edit, but yeah, here we are. Welcome to the Sneakercon vlog. 2 weeks later. Sneakercon Toronto, it never fails to amaze me. Some years it's alright, other years it's doing really well. And yet, somehow, every year, I always find myself rushing despite thinking I was well prepared in advance, but it is what it is. Either way, this con always pulls through for me, and this year was no exception. But let me save the yapping for the tail end of the video, so let's just jump in. Okay, so it is September 14. We have roughly, I think it's 2 or 3 weeks until SneakerCon. So quick update for you right now is that I have my posters and my business cards ordered, and I'm just waiting for them to arrive. The one thing I'm trying to focus on right now is I do want to create more sticker packs like this. What I do want to do is kind of make it a little bit more different, or what's it called? Like have a bit more variety. So what I'm thinking is that instead of just having a bunch of the sneaker stickers, I was hoping to do more of like a mixed bag where it was like the more popular ones. So what I was thinking was putting in the Grinch, the infinity symbol that I made, and I'm also thinking of putting the Bruce Lee fives in there instead of it all being just sixes. Yeah, I think it'll be a bit better in terms of variety, so that it's not all just one model of sneakers. In terms of more sticker packs, I will also have the Spider-Verse pack, which I sold last year. And I'm also thinking of doing the black cement and white cement pack as well, since those are relevant, and especially since the black cements are coming soon again. So I might as well make a pack for those. In terms of just other stickers as well, I did include, well, what you're seeing right now are samples. So it also has the canceled pink pair that was rumored to be coming out, but then got canceled, as well as that friends and family pair for the celebrities that had a party or whatever. I don't even know the exact details of it, but anyways, yeah, I'm thinking of cutting more of these so that I have a bunch ready for SneakerCon. So including the undefeated fours, the Haritos, dunks as well. So yeah, I want to put some more focus onto stickers for now. And then once I have my prints, I can do inventory, and then I can count them up and make sure that everything's good to go. Do QC, and then we'll have them ready to go for the show. One quick thing I do want to mention is that my fiance actually got me this small camera bag, which is so perfect because it actually fits my camera and the camcorder I've been using for a while now. It fits it perfectly, and this little pocket in here actually can hold all the additional accessories that comes with my camera that I'm shooting for YouTube. So like the mic, the windscreen, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, really great. I'm so excited to use it for upcoming videos. Okay, so it is September 26th. We are just about a week and change before SneakerCon. And right now I am trying to figure out the layout for my table. Bear with me as it's a little bare bones, but I'm just trying to visualize it basically is what I'm trying to do right now. So to give you a quick rundown of how I wanted it to be, um, I'll explain this right here. So basically this area, this blank area, it's where I want to have the pegboard that I want to have set up in the back. And what that pegboard will have is basically a bunch of stuff on display. So it's more so a bunch of collectibles mixed with some, maybe one or two of my posters. The main reason why is because the ongoing theme I've been having for my work is complement your collection. So in the sense that usually when it comes to sneaker collectors, it's not just sneakers that they collect. Like for example, I know some people who actually collect cards, and I'll explain my cards here later. It's not just sneakers that they collect, it's other stuff as well. So I want to kind of tap into that. And basically what I would do, I actually did this last year where I had I'll actually I'll drop a picture of it here. So last year what I used to have was some posters, some of my work, and then I would have a Spider-Man Kith comic book, a bear brick, other collectibles like that, and a couple of shoes as well, just to show you how you can mix and match some of my work with whatever you're collecting. So it helps people kind of visualize how they can do it with their stuff as well. So yeah, that's hopefully what I want to put here in this section here. I still have to actually build the pegboard because last year what we used to use for older shows, it was basically a metal rack where you would slide the pegboard in and then zip tie it to the board. Zip tie it to the rail so that it would be basically held in place. The thing is with that is there were no wheels on it and it was super heavy to lug around and it took up a lot of room in the car. So I didn't really want to keep using that. I was looking for a more kind of mobile friendly solution. So I have an idea in mind. I just have to build it, but we'll get to that later on in the video. Anyways, so yeah, my idea here is to have, after that pegboard here, I want to have some posters that are actually on, it's basically like these metal racks. It's like a plate rack. I don't know what they call it. But anyways, I want to have some posters here so that they can filter through them, see what they like. And I also wanted to have it in two different sizes so that way you can kind of see the size comparison between the two, so that you can also visualize how big they are and like how you would fit them with whatever you have or like where you would put them, etc., something like that. And then to the side of that, I want to have my portfolio. Basically, the reason is because I can't bring all my prints because that's just a lot of inventory to bring. But by just having it there readily available to flip through, it allows them to kind of see what I have in my store. And then if they're interested in any of them, they can definitely ask me more questions about it, and then we can go from there. But yeah, it's just a way to show them everything that I have available. So yeah, this is my vending machine, and it's not like your standard gachapons that you would see in the artist alley. So basically, once you put in the toonie, out of the slot will come basically a metal card holder, and in that card holder will have a single card telling you whether you want a poster, sticker pack, or a sticker. This is my old layout from last year. I do want to change it because I'm not too big on the design anymore. I'm not sure if it'll look exactly the same as it was last year, but I just want to redesign it in some way or form. But yeah, basically that's how it would work. It was really popular last year as I introduced it last year, and a lot of kids who went to the show really liked it. I think there was one kid that actually won a sticker pack and a poster. I think two posters actually. So they were really lucky, or they just kept coming back, I guess. But yeah, that's the vending machine. And then of course, coming back to these trading cards, it's basically the Air Jordan 1 Low trophy room collaboration. So yeah, it was more so like a fun project for me because basically when they dropped the away pair, everyone, well, at least I thought that they would include like some sort of trading card because the whole theme around it was a trading card or like Michael Jordan's old trading card pack. So it would be kind of nice if it actually did come with one, and it actually, for some reason, they chose not to do it. Like it even had, I added that holographic application to it so that it kind of adds into like that whole trading card effect. But yeah, that's kind of why I made it. And actually it turns out when they dropped the home pair, maybe like a week later, a designer that was on the project came out with their own official version of a trading card for specifically the home pair. And when I saw it, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of it. I kind of preferred my own, even though it's basically me just using an old design and just slapping it onto a card. But I mean, it was a fun project regardless. And yeah, I thought it'd be fun to have it on display as well. I'm still debating on whether or not I should open pre-orders for this because it did take a bit of time to actually create. So I'm not sure if I will. If I would have to like add some sort of like display here saying, oh, do you want to pre-order it? And like a QR code or something like that. But yeah, we'll see what I decide on later on, and we'll see if it gets included in that display here. And then yeah, so basically I would be sitting right here. And then right in front of me, this whole area is still, I'm really heavily debating on this. So this this foam board is basically where I want to have my stickers on display, whether it's as a visual, like a graphic, or if it's like the actual stickers that are laid out. I'm still debating on it because it is taking up quite a lot of space. Like I was designing the graphic with the dimensions of this foam board, and it was actually taking up the entire board. And I'm not sure if I want to do that, to be honest. So what I was actually thinking of looking into is having like some sort of rack to actually just hold the stickers, so that, again, it's also like another touch point like the other posters and stuff here. It's so that anyone who might be interested can just rifle through them and see what they might like, and then they can just order from there because I'll be right here anyway. But yeah, that way it's less work on me and more so just laying it out. It makes it easier for all parties involved to just interact, basically. Okay, so I wanted to take a quick pause on my progress right now just to show you my latest pickup, and also because I didn't get a chance to actually fully unbox this. For those who know sneakers, you can probably already tell what it is based on the box color. But for those who don't know, I just got the Air Jordan 1 Low. It's the mocha pair. Super excited for this one. I really love the brown colorway, especially like Neapolitan with like hints of cream, the browns and the pinks as well. You probably already saw that in my branding and stuff like that. But yeah, this pair was definitely a must-have, as it will go well with my other shoes that are in the similar color palette, like the Travis Highs, Travis Lows, the actual Mocha Highs as well. And there was actually a GR Dunk that was released not too long ago back in the States. I haven't worn that pair yet, but maybe I will soon. But yeah, love this pair. Definitely gonna wear it. I actually like that it was readily available too. Like, this pair was sitting. It's still sitting if you like check any local stores here in Canada anyway. But yeah, I like that shoes like these are so readily available nowadays. Okay, so October 1st, here's a quick update for you. We have some of our stuff printed, so I still have to install that. But I'm glad that I have the printing stuff done. This is for the machine, and I will definitely install that later on. But right now the priority is to put this sign and have it cut on this foam board here, so that it'll be nice and sturdy, so that we can have that on the table. I decided to go with the sign instead of having the physical stickers, so as to prevent any theft, as well as to just have it a bit more organized and neater, and having the barcodes as well, so that I can just scan from there depending on what they're looking for. I also have the sticker pack graphics printed as well, and I'm gonna set that up. I totally spaced out and forgot to put the actual price on this one, but I mean, that's okay. I already have it here on the sign. So yeah, gonna have to set all this up. I still have to do the pegboard for later, but that'll be a later thing. Hopefully we can get that either done tonight or tomorrow night. First time cutting with a foam board, and yeah, let's just say it didn't go well. I'm gonna try and cut like maybe like a little bit deeper in, and hopefully I can like even this out. At least I know now for my first time that it can't be always that clean. But yeah, we'll try again. We'll see what happens. Okay, so second attempt didn't go well either. Basically what was happening was that when I came to certain points, the styrofoam would make the blade lift, and which would cause these parts, and then it would just jam everything and leave a terrible, well, this basically. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move over to cardboard. Luckily, I have some cardboard just sitting around, so I'll use that instead. If anyone knows how to cut styrofoam much better than this, definitely let me know in the comments, because wow, that was terrible. Update, I used cardboard. I applied both sides of this board. Basically, one side is a poster prize pool for when you win a poster on the vending machine. And then the other side is if you want to order normal stickers. I could have applied it a bit better, but you live and you learn. And honestly, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. It's very small details that get you can overlook. So not too bad. We'll move on to creating the sticker packs, since I have to do that, and then we'll see what else we have to do. I had to take a quick break from making all these sticker packs because I realized that I don't have enough Prowler Jordan 1, so I have to make some more of that. And I got an order last night for like 20 white cement 3s, so I've been counting to see how many I can take from my stock. And this is how many they ordered, and I have, looks like I need to make more as well. Quick break, and we'll be back. Okay, so it's the next day, October the 2nd. I did the sign again. And the reason why is because when I did this sign here, it was on cardboard. And well, first of all, as you can see, there's a little bit of like wrinkles. So I actually had it printed again, and it's fine. But yeah, the main reason why I chose to to do it again, is because the first time I did it on cardboard here, and the thing is with cardboard, I think it's corrugated cardboard. I don't know, but anyways, what the thing is with cardboard, you can actually see the pattern, and that really bothered me, like the crease in the pattern and everything. So yeah, today I went back to Dollarama, got some foam board, and then I did it again with the lessons that I learned from this. Yeah, and it turns out for the cut, I just needed a sharper knife. So I used that. It actually worked nice. Little bit of like errors here and there. Like for example, my cut wasn't that great, but hey, it's better than these wrinkles that I hate so much and this pattern that I don't like looking at. But yeah, looks not too bad. Not too bad. So bear with me with the mess right now, but basically what I'm trying to do is take the pegboard and put some holes in it. What I want to do for this is have these wooden planks here as almost like a reinforcement. So it's like this, and then I can have it holding it up so it doesn't fall apart. And then at the bottom where these holes are, I'm hoping to put, I got these mounts, and I'm hoping to have it go through from the front. So as you can see, I have it set up like that. It'll look more better when I have everything set up. Okay, so again, don't mind the mess, but I believe we have a final layout. So yeah, to fast track it, basically what I was working on the past couple days. It's Thursday, by the way, the day before. Sorry, it's Friday. It's literally the day before Sneakercon. Obviously, it's been so busy, I lost track of my days. But yeah, so to fast track it, my mount works. It's good to go. You can see here I used like a monitor mount. I used two of them. I don't know if you can see it. So that way, and then I like bolted, or sorry, I screwed it onto the pegboard, and then there's two planks at the back as well, so that's holding in place, and it's actually holding up pretty well. Set that up, create a layout. Basically what I want to do here is reduce the amount of shoes that are that I brought, basically by one. So that we have one pair that's still there to show on display, so it's almost like a collection, basically like my theme. And then yeah, we have a cause figure on one side, we have Miles here on this side, and then we have the Gundam with the dunks on the bottom there to fill up the space. I'm gonna put my price tag somewhere on this poster here, and then another one here, so that way that you can see size comparisons and whatnot, but you also see it here. The reason why there's like space in between is just so that I can see reference as to where I should display the Gundam, as well as this poster here, so that way they don't overlap. But yeah, I had some empty space here, so I'll just put another poster on display, so that way it covers it a little bit. And then from here, we have the vending machine, as you can see. And then we have the portfolio. I'm thinking of putting like a sticky note or something that says to flip through. I did end up deciding to include a pre-order just in case people are interested. And as you can see, we have my card holder of Miles holding my business cards, so that's good. Initially, what I wanted to do for this sticker sign is to have like those cubes, those stacking cubes, those packable cubes a lot of artists use at Artist Alley, and just have it stacked up. The main issue I ran into with that is that it would, if I were to have it standing up like this, it basically hides the entire section. And if I were to put something behind it here, I can't really show you because I'm holding the board up. But if I were to put something behind it, the board would still be blocking the area. So like with Miles, it'd be like, it would basically look like this, like that. So like you can't really see behind. So I didn't want that to happen. So I just chose to leave it nice and flat. And it also gives me a nice area to like peek through in case anyone's interested in looking at my stuff. Don't mind the mess I'm left there. But yeah, so far so good. We have a good layout, good flow. I'm just gonna make sure that I mark all the places of all these pegs so I know exactly where to put things. And then from there, tonight we'll just do packing and go from there. Okay, so you probably saw it earlier, but yeah, this is a setup that I have at Sneakercon. I had a bit of an incident where I actually didn't have enough backing boards for the smaller ones, so I had to take backing boards from the big ones and cut them so that I had some for these two. And then I chose to remove some of the prints that I had here and put them into the portfolio in here. So that way I don't put all the sale ones here and I have them in here instead, so it gives an incentive to flip through. But yeah, aside from that, it's everything that we've had in the past, my setup at home. And yeah, we'll see how day one goes. Okay, so day two. I made some changes to the setup. By the way, we're at the wall this time, so hopefully it's a good location. Yesterday was actually a pretty good day. Made table and went past it actually, so pretty good. Excited for today because today is apparently busier. But yeah, so basically what I did was I added some of these signs saying they're available in both sizes for many of these prints. That way it gives them the option in case they're interested. I feel like people didn't know about that yesterday, so I made sure to include them now. I also ended up coming up with another sign here, bringing it here and adding bundle deals just in case for those who might be interested. Also because it seems like people don't seem to be looking at these price tags for some reason, but yeah, they seem to look down like this and then look up, up, up. But yeah, that's why I have this sign here. Hopefully it goes well. I had to reorganize my portfolio as well because a lot of people wanted the stuff that was in here and I only had like one print of it at the time. And I was like, I might as well have that sale. So I let them buy it from there and then I just had to reorganize. But yeah, maybe we can do that again today. We'll see how it goes. Yo, editor Nate here. I forgot to do my sneaker of the day footage at the con, so I'll drop them in here now. And obviously, since it's Sneakercon, I had to come correct. So for the Saturday, I went with the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low. Great pair. Love the use of rope laces, which were unique at the time of the release, until sneaker customizers used it to death on custom pairs from then on. Um, Anyways, for Sunday, I wore the Air Jordan 1 Low Chinese New Year 2021. So that's the year of the ox. It's basically a satin bread Jordan 1 Low, but it's so much more unique with the level of detailing in the upper, including this tassel that wraps around the back of the sneaker. All right, welcome to the Yap Sesh. This is where I'm going to talk about how SneakerCon went this year. And in the background, you're going to see the Rose Cam where my fiance took the camera out for a spin during the show, and you get to see the other vendors. I didn't record any behind the scenes footage, mainly because we were quite literally shoulder to shoulder beside the other vendors, and it was like inside this giant rectangular layout, and we were at the very corner, so I had one literally to my left, and then maybe like another meter or so there were the other vendors, but yeah, it didn't really give me much space to record, but hey, we make do with what we got. So if you're not familiar with SneakerCon, it's pretty much true to its name, as you'll see from the footage of the Rose Cam here. It's a sneaker convention, primarily where people can sell or trade shoes either as a vendor or at the trading pit in the back. Sprinkled amongst these vendor tables are small businesses like myself and others, and we sell sneaker adjacent items, whether that could be candles or rugs, clothing or artwork, stuff like that. That being said, this isn't your standard artist alley experience, as there really isn't an artist alley to begin with. Like I said, vendors like myself are more so scattered amongst the masses, and this does pose as a bit of an advantage for cons like these, because it gives people a break from the tables and tables of sneakers, and instead we present other items. So with that in mind, let's talk about how this year went for me. So to preface this, I'm not going to go into actual numbers like other creators do, because frankly I'm not really comfortable doing so, but I will say that this year went quite well, all things considered. We made back the table a couple hours before the end of Saturday, and that definitely left us in a good spot come Sunday. This was the biggest part for me because the table cost is always high for Sneakercon, and it kind of makes sense because it's mostly sneaker vendors, so they make table back pretty quick, because usually shoes are like starting at like 150 to, can go up obviously. But for context, the table cost for this con is $525 Canadian, and that includes 2 vendor passes. I will say that the more successful day seems to bounce back and forth between the Saturday and the Sunday every year. Some years it's the Saturday, other years it's the Sunday. This year it was definitely the Saturday. The crowds came in waves, and there were times where I was helping multiple people all at once. And on top of that, my vending machine kept jamming because of the internals. It was preventing the card holder from falling. So we always had to like spin it around and open it up and try to fix it real quick and then have it done again. But yeah, I kept jamming the entire day. But we got through it, and we managed to take care of everyone who stopped by despite initially feeling overwhelmed with everything going on. Speaking of the vending machine, it was a hit as always, and so was my display. I had a lot of people pointing at my work and saying how cool it was, and had a lot of other people taking pictures of my display as well. Last year I actually had so many people coming up to me asking about purchasing the Grinches I had on display, but this year for some reason everyone started looking at the Cause and the Bearbrick figures instead. And as much as I'd like to put up a sign saying not for sale for every single piece of my collection that I have up on display, I feel like that will kind of crowd everything that's already on the pegboard, and I don't want to take away from it. So I guess I'll have to settle with the constant questions for those hoping to buy my collection pieces, and that's totally okay. What was really cool too was that there were some parents that were going through my artwork, and they were like, "Oh, that's cool, do you get it?" Like for the Grinch piece, the Snatch Ankles Not Presents, and they were like, "Oh, do you get it?" And then there was like the Cause Jaws poster that I had, and then they were trying to ask their kids, "Do you know where this is from?" and stuff like that. I really like interactions like that, because it shows that people get my Easter eggs, and I really like that people are catching on to that. There are a couple things I do want to improve upon next year. A lot of it was more so the storage and the overall flow of prepping someone's order. I eventually want to find some sort of like organizer that helps me have some sort of system where I can grab the posters the customer are asking for quickly, instead of having to rifle through every sleeve that I prepared for looking for what they actually wanted. I thought it was a good idea at first, but it was hard when it was a lot of people coming or in line trying to order some stuff. So it was hard to just keep looking for everything, especially when there was 2 different sizes of prints. As you saw in the Sunday footage, I had to bring back the sign that had the poster pricing, because it seems like people who would approach my table, they would pretty much look at the pegboard first, and somehow, even though they're looking at the pegboard, they would ignore the prices on the frame prints there, and then they would approach the table, and then all of a sudden they'd look down on the artwork that's on display, and then they would ask me how much my artwork was. I did notice that once I had my sign, it made the flow a bit easier, and people asked less, as they somehow were able to glance over to the sign and get all the answers that they were looking for, and then from there they can ask, or from there they could see what my prices were, and then we can move forward from there. There are a couple more points that I want to improve upon next year, but I kind of don't want to drag on this video as it's already so long. Again, it's mostly things like placement and organization, but I mean, all in all, I'd say it was a pretty good year. This video turned out to be much longer than my previous ones, and if you made it to the end, I genuinely appreciate you for watching. I'm still getting my bearings with YouTube and being on the opposite end as a content creator as opposed to a content consumer, and having people like you watch my videos in its entirety means so much to me. For future videos, I do have some plan where I go into small business stuff, but I also want to do more so chill videos where we talk about latest pickups and things like that, so I can show you stuff that I personally am adding to my own collections. If that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.